Lollipop Chainsaw. Sometimes the name says it all. You've probably seen this sitting on a shelf somewhere and wondered the same thing. Why? Well, let's find out. This game was made by the Warner Brothers, by which I assume means Wacko Yakko and the Warner sister Dot, but it was also developed by Unreal and Kadokawa. It's kind of interesting how this game combines Japanese and American elements. You play as Juliet, a cheerleader at a high school in California. Okay, first things first, yes, this game mocks about as many stereotypes as it possibly can, but like Akiba's Trip, it's a parody and very over the top. It's got that raunchy comedy feel, kind of like Porky's, so try not to take it seriously. Conveniently, it's Juliet's 18th birthday, and she has to get to school to meet her boyfriend Nick. On her way to school, she finds that a mild zombie apocalypse has broken out. Naturally, Juliet is a cheerleading teenage zombie hunter, so it's no big deal. Nick gets bit by a zombie, and you quickly learn one of the best parts of this game, its sense of humor.
Fuck! I'm screwing up your birthday, aren't I? I'm sorry, Juliet. I don't want to fuck up your birthday.
To keep the bite on his wrist from turning him into a zombie, she cuts off his entire torso. That'll do it. And somehow her zombie hunter magic skills keep his decapitated head alive. Okay, let's recap. You're a teenage cheerleader zombie hunter with a chainsaw that carries the living, decapitated head of her boyfriend with her. Got it. Juliet's primary weapon is her chainsaw, which actually feels a little sluggish. In Z2 Chaos, Saya's chainsaw was kind of weak, but it was fast. Okay, so now you know where the chainsaw comes from, but you might be wondering where do lollipops fit in. Well, you eat them. Duh. They're actually a health item, which makes me wonder how it got into the title. It'd be like renaming Gauntlet Legends Meat Shank Battle Axe. The key is you gotta make zombies dizzy first by punching them in the face with pom-poms. Once they're dizzy, you can chop off their heads much easier, and getting 3 or more zombies in one go will earn you extra money with the sparkle hunting. You can use the money to buy new skills and upgrades at the chop2shop.zom store. You can also buy costumes and other bonus items here too. A cheer outfit that would make the founding fathers proud. And aroused. Yeah, that's got Benjamin Franklin written all over it. I do wish that you could access the store from the map screen, and it would be nice if you could change the costumes from the store too. Unfortunately, if you want any upgrades, you just have to wander around until you find the store in the levels, and if you want to change costumes, you have to go back to the map screen and then change from Juliet's room. For the most part, the skills unlock other combos that you can use, kind of like in Death by Degrees, but I found that by far this armadillo spin, the AAX combo, is the most helpful. It pretty much overpowers everything in the game. Whether you're fighting rank-and-file zombies or these hilarious bosses, AAX seems to do the job reliably every time. Kinda like with Catherine, this game tried to make sure every boss was very memorable.
I'm a mother-freaking zombie!
The main villain of the game is this emo kid who looks kinda like Brandon Lee in The Crow.
Can't rain all the time.
Oh, right in the feels. He basically flooded the city with zombies as retribution for being picked on by other kids. It's kinda similar to Tokyo Revelation now that I think of it. At any rate, all of these bosses are completely ridiculous.
Welcome to Skullfuck Central!
One thing I didn't like was the use of QTE to finish all of the bosses. It wouldn't have been so bad, but each boss has several forms, so you'll wind up doing the same QTE several times over, to the point where it feels kind of dull near the end of the game. And as I said before, the only real move you need to know is AAX. God damn, that works on everything. Now, I only have 2 major complaints with this game. One is the level design, and the other, of course, the camera, but I'll come back to that. All of the levels are linear and in the worst way possible. The game prevents you from backtracking, like there's a check valve or a diode every 20 feet. You can't even explore an area without triggering a gate from blocking you out, so you never know where is safe to look around. Fuck! I'm the kind of player who likes to explore every corner after getting fucked out of hidden items too many times.
Oh, you think you're gonna get that lollipop? You think you're gonna get a dingo? Well, fuck you. I put a cutscene right where it's gonna block your path. You can't backtrack anymore. Fuck you.
This effectively makes the game feel shallow by reminding you that you're on rails the entire time. In tandem with this is the fact that cutscenes are way too frequent. Yeah, I get it. Rocks are falling. I need to shoot them. This isn't my first rodeo. Fuck! Seriously, you can let me shoot. God damn it, really? Now, cutscenes can be done well, and many of them are very funny, but there's way too many of these little micro cutscenes. It feels like every 3 seconds, someone's grabbing me by the hand and trying to yank me through the level. The other major problem is the camera, and unfortunately that means the controls inherit that problem too. Dare I say it, this is almost as bad as Red Ninja. Just grab the fucking key, Kurenai. Just fucking grab the key! Oh, okay, maybe it's not that bad. If you ever have to do battle in a tight corner, the camera is going around so much you don't even know where the fuck you're at. Even when you're in open space, just holding one direction in the stick, the camera's jerking around so much you can't even walk in a straight line. It's like Juliet is constantly failing a field sobriety test. What the fuck? I'm holding right and she's walking straight into a wall. It makes the game really hard to play. At least Red Ninja, you had a first-person mode that you could use to orient yourself with. Even Bikini Samurai Squad had a functional targeting system. The biggest problem here is that the targeting is toggle instead of hold. Note how good games like Zelda gave you the option. The targeting doesn't even help that much since you can accidentally shoot your blaster at other people. What? Why would you target anyone other than who I'm locked onto? Bringing up the blaster doesn't reorient the camera in the direction Juliet's facing either. It just locks her into where the camera is currently looking. And since the camera is about as unstable as Uninoxium Element 118, you don't even know if it's worth your time to try positioning it with the right stick. As always, you just gotta learn to suck it up and deal with it. Even though gameplay isn't a strong point, there are a lot of redeeming factors that make this a memorable game. The visual style has that distinctive Ed Roth Fink art look, which gives the game a great feel. Most of the menus combine this with a comic book paneling style too, though it does make many of the menus a little non-intuitive to navigate. The music is fantastic, from appropriately chosen oldies like Lollipop, or the good old classic bubblegum pop, Hey Mickey. Sometimes they'll even drop some real heavy shit on you. They even incorporate some well-chosen dubstep by Skrillex. I really love these classic arcade video game references, which really speaks to the creativity of the game designers. Graphically, I felt like this game was pretty good too, comparable to Bikini Samurai Squad, but maybe a little bit better. As I've said before, this game's best strength is its sense of humor. Most of the time it does capitalize on the stereotypes of cheerleaders being ditzy, but every now and then it surprises you with a gem like this.
What else have you killed?
Leprechauns. I killed a whole tribe of Frankenberries once.
Frankenberry? From like the cereal?
That is total propaganda to get you to trust them.
I like to slide in jokes from pop culture and movies too.
What's your favorite color, Nick?
Blue? No, green.
Awesome. I love learning about you.
I fucked up. It's yellow.
What is your favorite color? Blue. No.
I also felt like all of the vocal work was really well done, and everyone did a great job of capturing the humor for their characters. Because there are so many strong points, it's kind of disappointing that the controls feel clunky. I often had trouble aligning enemies together to successfully get a sparkle hunting to work. Even against stationary objects, it's kind of hard to line up a punch. Fuck, Juliet, don't let that tree kick your ass. It's not moving, just hit it. Fuck.
With a palm tree.
So you can make it easier to decapitate zombies and get the sparkle hunting, there's kind of a turbo mode that you can go into. This is generally a good feature to have, but there are a few things that could have made it better. Since it runs out after a certain amount of time, it would have been nice to see how much time you have left. It would also be nice if you could cancel it prematurely to make it easier to charge back up. Because the linear nature of this game limits how many enemies you see and how rare the star power-up is, I often found that I didn't have it when I wanted it, and I'd just kill a few guys quickly and end up wasting it when I did use it. It's kind of like the Therum-optic camouflage in Ghost in the Shell. Cool idea, but executed poorly. Now, one feature in the game that I probably underutilized is the Nick Roulette. In order to use it, first you have to have a Nick ticket, which you can either find in the maps or you can buy them from the store, but there's just way more valuable upgrades that you can buy, so I always ended up saving my money for them rather than wasting it on a Nick ticket. You also have to buy the Nick Roulette skills from the store, meaning there's a chance you could activate the roulette and get nothing out of it before you buy all the skills. And since you activate Nick Roulette with the left stick, it's really easy to accidentally start it and waste the ticket. Even when you mean to use the power-up on purpose, it's timed, which means you better figure out how to get the camera to behave or you'll waste it anyways. Well, like I said before, you can beat most of this game just by pressing AAX over and over again, so these power-ups aren't even really necessary, but that just makes it even more frustrating when you do use them and they aren't reliable. In addition to being a weapon and a source of humor, Nick is also used to navigate the maps. Sometimes you'll find this blue headless ghost that you can affix Nick's head to and use him to clear obstructions. Unfortunately, this just becomes a QTE sequence and isn't as fun as it could have been. They should have made it like taking control of the tank in Left 4 Dead. That would have been awesome! But hey, I did think it was clever to use Juliet's cheerleading skills. Also, none of the QTE in the game is press X or die, making it tolerable, though unwelcome and overused. This game doesn't really have any multiplayer features, and because of how linear the game is, there's zero replay value. If you can find it for less than $15, it's certainly worth a few laughs, and it has a great soundtrack, but sadly, I've got to say I enjoyed Onea Chambara Bikini Samurai Squad more, and that says a lot.